Can you tell us for tomorrow, is it going to be one of the groups that plays that we've seen so far?
No, it's all mixture, and we're not quite sure of what it is right now.
Okay.
Probably talk to Drew tonight about it.
How about goalie?
No, I'm not sure. Seriously, we were discussing it this morning, but Drew and I, we'll talk after, once things settle down here.
You
So
said, though, that you wanted to get some of the young guys from the rookie camp involved in the early preseason games, so we'll probably see some of them.
I'm expecting that, yeah. Again, we just didn't have really time to do it, but we're going to do it, but I'm expecting some for sure.
Okay.
I'm curious what your philosophy is on goaltenders. Are you a big fan of a tandem, or do you like to ride one guy? How do you like to do it?
I'm a big fan of listening to Benny. That's his job and responsibility. He's done a great job with it, and I'm going to see it from one day at a time and go from there. So I'm not a guy that looks at a schedule for the goaltending for the whole season or for this month. It's one game at a time and go from there. And but we've got some good goaltending. I know that, and I'm confident with that. So whatever Benny sort of leads me in that direction, that's probably where we're going to go.
How well do you know Benny? I mean, he's been here for a number of coaches and stuff.
I know him well enough to say hello. That was it. But I couldn't say I really know him that well. I know the history of him, and I know the respect he gets around the league. So the work he does with goaltending.
Is there any aspect of the game that you feel like you're most hands-on with, or do you like to delegate? Like, I know you talk about power play and penalty kill with the assistant coaches. I mean, how do you kind of function in that role of head coach?
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, I delegate a lot to my coaches, but don't get me wrong. In the summertime when we're doing our systems, that's something that I've done in the past. So, we're going to go over what we want to do, and whether the D zone is what I do, and maybe Gordon Murphy's in charge of it in practice, but it's something that, as a coach, I put my systems into place, and that's why we're the head coaches. And but I use my people. I rely on them big time, as you guys can probably see already in the first 3 days. So we're a group, but the stuff that we do is stuff I've done in the past and stuff I believe in.
Assuming you're, actually, Mr. Manning, are you going to keep 2 goaltenders, and if so, as opposed to 3, and if so, I mean,
we haven't made that decision yet. To be honest with you, there's no idea what we're going to do there, and waivers comes up when the season starts and all that. So, no, we haven't gone down that far. It's too early for that.
I heard you coached against Panarin, for sure,
Yeah.
right? As an opposing coach, what made him dangerous? Like, what stands out to you about the things that he can do?
His skill level, his passing. His passing's outstanding, and the way he sees the ice and his hockey IQ. So he does a lot of real good things, obviously. And when your teams come in to play guys like that, you talk about those players.
What are you looking to see from whoever you send out on the ice tomorrow?
No, just a good work ethic. They're exhibition games. They're not important, but they're important. So I think you know what I mean by that. People are fighting for jobs, and they're battling for jobs, and you like to see people playing real good in those hockey games. And I hope we play really good. I'm not overly concerned with the results. You want to win every game you play into, and that's what we want to do here. But again, I'd sooner see us play well and make sure we're getting ready for the first regular season game. So we got 6 games in exhibition to play, and like I said, we want to win them all. But again, it's more about the process and getting people playing together, getting to know my players, and players getting to know me.
Do you think you'll use this time to kind of plug and chug with lines and such?
Yeah, no, there'll be different changes. Like I said, once me and Drew will talk about lineup tonight, and we'll see where we go. But I think you'll see some makeup of some lines that we'd like to see. But again, it's early in training camp.
we talk about, so much has been said about the team and the grit that you brought in, and more physical and all of that. So, what do you expect in a preseason game tomorrow night?
I'm more worried about execution and guys playing, doing the job. We want to set a tone of the way we're going to play all year long, but again, it's far from our team. I'm more concerned about that the last 2 exhibition games than I am tomorrow night. Like, there's going to be a lot of mixture. There's going to be maybe some junior kids, maybe some American League players, and maybe some of our NHL lineup. So, I'm not going to worry a whole lot about that. But the last 2 games, I want to see, what we're going to be as a team. And we know what we're going to be as a team. We're going to be a skilled team, a team that works real hard, competes hard. And like I said, we brought some more grit in, and we're going to play a hard game. We're going to be a hard team to play against. That's what I want from our group.
Kind of going off our gut.
you sent one, Ruby, I guess, back to the junior team. I mean, when will you make more moves? When will you send some of the other young kids?
You're gonna have to talk to Drew about that.
Kind of going on Colin's first question, the Islanders are a team that obviously exposed a lot of holes in what the Rangers were last year. Do you expect to use these games against the Islanders as kind of a measuring stick?
Not at all. No, not at all. No, they had their number in the past, but I'm not worried about the past.
You talk about talking with Chris Drury about a lot of stuff. Like, what is for you guys, the communication? Is it going to be daily even when the season starts? Like lineup decisions? I mean, how much of that stuff are you guys going to?
It's always daily. You know, you talk to your GM daily. You see him, all the time, and he drops by and checks up on you. But he's not going to be in our office all the time, or I'm not going to be in his office all the time. I'm sure he's going to come down, say hello in practice, any issues, and we'll talk about lineup. But
so you guys will discuss, like you'll want his input for.
I'm assuming,
yeah.
That's how it's always been. There's nothing different than anybody else. I mean, you have to have strong communication with your manager, and that's the way I like it.